Right. We've been spending some time looking at verbs. Last week we talked about verb tenses and forms. And this week we're going to talk about how verbs have a mood. It's kind of funny to think of a verb having a feeling or a mood. But really, when we look at mood, it's the form the verb takes to express the attitude of the person using the verb. And I have written down there as the tone. Right? When we talk about tone being the author's attitude or feeling towards the subject in the poem, or feelings towards the content of the story, the characters in the story. And we use attitude with tone. So think of verb mood as really the tone of use for the verb, and that can kind of help you think of, okay, I'm looking at attitude. Okay. You can see we have three different moods. We have an indicative mood, we have imperative mood, and we have the subjunctive mood. And we're going to start by diving into the indicative mood. First thing I want you to notice is that the indicative mood has the root of indicate. Right? When we take out this IV here, we can see indicate within this word. Okay. And that's because the indicative mood really is used to express or indicate fact and opinion. Right? Remember at the beginning of the year we called those declarative sentences? It can also be used to ask a question. Right? So use the indicative mood when asking a question with the interrogative sentence. Notice in the first example is in fact an interrogative sentence. Who won the race? And then the declaring effect, Bill won the race. Okay, both that's declarative sentence. You can see here when we're using the indicative mood, we're going to conjugate our verbs the same way. We'll still do past tense with past tense, present tense with present tense. And that's just the mood is sort of doesn't change the conjugation. Okay. All right. Remember the next tense that we're going, or mood that we're going to look at, not tense, sorry, mood, is going to be the imperative mood. And you should be familiar with the word imperative from when we did imperative sentences. And as we dive into that, you will see the imperative mood is very much like the imperative sentence. In fact, it's the verb you would use for an imperative sentence. It expresses a direct command or request. So look at the direct command, eat your dinner now. Or more of that request, please eat your dinner. Or let's eat dinner now. Those are all uses of the imperative mood. And notice the imperative mood always takes the second person form. So when you conjugate an imperative verb, you're really just taking second person because you're implying the you as the subject, right? We have that missing subject, but really we're just implying you. Right? I'm really saying you eat your dinner now. I'm saying please you eat your dinner, or let you and I eat dinner now. So we're using that second person form to conjugate when we use the imperative mood. And then you'll see our last one is the subjunctive. The subjunctive is actually one of my favorite verb moods. It's really kind of fun to use, and unfortunately nobody in English really actually uses it correctly anymore. So we're going to look at it, we're going to bring back the correct use of the subjunctive. So now the subjunctive mood, you can see, expresses a suggestion, a necessity, a condition contrary to fact, or a wish. And notice it looks kind of funky in here. So I suggest he be on time for practice if he wants to play in the game. So first thing you should notice with the subjunctive is going to take a form of the verb to be. Okay, and so when you have a suggestion, your suggestion is going to take on be. Okay, I suggest he be on time. Okay, if you're showing something for necessity, it is necessary you be in class on Monday. Okay, so again, suggestion or necessity both use be, and this one this doesn't change. I could say it's necessary they be in class on Monday, it is necessary. Alright, and there's a little bit clearer for you. Let's get back in position. You can see were goes to contrary to fact, and then wish.